All right, so fitness myths.
Oh, yeah.
Those little nuggets of like wisdom
Right.
that just never seem to go away no
Yeah.
matter how much science tries to debunk them.
Exactly.
That's what we're diving into today. We're going to be pulling from a bunch of research and a super insightful podcast, NutriFit Harmony, really help you separate kind of fact from fiction when it comes to your fitness journey.
It's amazing how these myths just keep going.
They really do.
Like you'd think with all the information out there,
Yeah.
we all be, masters of the truth by now.
Right.
But it seems like, that saying, a myth can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes.
Yeah.
I feel like that applies so much here.
Oh, 100%. And speaking of myths that spread like wildfire, let's talk about cardio is king for weight loss.
Yes.
This idea that you have to be logging hours on the treadmill, or if you're not dripping in sweat after your workout, you haven't really done anything.
Right. And while cardio is great, and it definitely has its place, research is showing that it's not the be-all and end-all when it comes to especially shedding pounds.
Okay.
What's so fascinating is that while cardio burns calories during the workout,
Right.
strength training can actually boost your metabolism,
Okay.
which means you continue to burn calories even after you've left the gym. It's like your body becomes this calorie torching machine even when you're just like going about your day.
Okay, so what you're saying is I can skip my treadmill time
Wow.
and just head straight for the weights because my like inner couch potato is very intrigued by this whole like burn calories while chilling concept.
Well, I wouldn't throw away the running shoes just yet. I think a combination of both is really the best approach
Okay.
for overall fitness.
Right.
But one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is just how powerful building muscle can be.
Okay.
When you think about it, the more muscle you have,
Yeah.
the more energy your body needs just to function,
Okay.
even at rest.
Right.
So it's like having this secret weapon
Yeah.
in your weight loss journey.
I like it. Okay, myth busted. And I'm already feeling more motivated to hit the weights. Now, what about spot reduction? I have a friend who is convinced that 1,000,000 crunches will magically result in six-pack abs.
Ah, yes, the elusive spot reduction.
Yes.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but research shows it's just not how our bodies work.
Okay.
Imagine you're trying to empty a swimming pool,
Okay.
but you're only using a tiny little teaspoon,
Right.
and you're only focusing on one tiny little spot.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Okay.
Fat loss is systemic,
Okay.
which means it comes off gradually and it comes off from all over.
So those infomercials promising sculpted abs from just one magical exercise are lying. Pretty much.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
Okay, maybe not that shocked. But it does lead me to another myth that I hear all the time, especially when people are first starting out on their fitness journeys. And it's this whole idea of no pain, no gain. Is that actually like legit? Or is it okay to not feel like I've run a marathon after every single workout? Because honestly, sometimes my muscles just want to wave the white flag and say, we're done.
I'm so glad you brought this up because this is something that's really important.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between that muscle soreness, that good soreness that you get after a good workout,
Yeah.
and sharp pain,
Right.
like shooting pain. That's your body telling you something is wrong.
Right.
And if you try to push through, that's when you're going to put yourself out for weeks, months even.
Right.
You're not going to get closer to your goals if you're injured.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a difference there.
So it's like that fine line between challenging yourself and like literally pushing yourself off a cliff. I'm sensing a theme here, listening to your body.
Yes, very much so. I think a good way to think about it, your body, it's like a high-performance machine.
Okay.
But you wouldn't push your car to the absolute limit every time you drove it.
Right.
You would make sure it got regular maintenance.
Right.
You would make sure to check the oil and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Your body needs that same kind of care and attention.
That's such a great analogy because I think sometimes we forget our bodies need TLC.
Yeah.
Not just constant punishment.
Exactly.
So while we're on this whole topic of pushing too hard, let's talk about this whole more is always better mentality.
Yeah.
Is working out every single day really the key to fitness success? Or is that just another myth we can bust wide open?
Yeah, I think It's definitely more of a myth.
Okay.
Again, kind of going back to that car analogy.
Okay.
Your car needs downtime to repair itself, right?
Yeah.
To get that maintenance. Your body's the same way. Your body needs rest and recovery to rebuild that muscle tissue, to replenish all those energy stores.
So more is not always more.
Exactly.
Tell that to my overachiever brain that's currently trying to add a daily workout to my to-do list as we speak. No, it's true.
It's a process.
It is.
It's about trusting the process, but your body will thank you.
Yeah.
If you give it those rest days.
Okay.
Overtraining, it can really hinder your progress. And sometimes doing less can actually lead to more.
Right.
You might experience burnout. You might hit plateaus. You might even increase your risk for injuries.
Right.
And none of those things are going to help you reach your fitness goals.
Right.
So it's about, again, like we were saying earlier,
Yeah.
listening to your body, finding that balance.
Okay. Mind officially blown. This is already changing how I view fitness.
Yeah.
I used to be that person who would drag myself to the gym every single day, force down those protein shakes, and wonder why I wasn't seeing the results that I thought I should be seeing. And now I'm like, oh, maybe I was going about it all wrong.
Well, you're not alone. It's easy to fall into that trap. We're constantly bombarded with messages about hustle harder and no excuses.
Right.
And sometimes the most productive thing you can do, not just for your fitness journey, but just for your overall well-being, is to rest.
It's so true.
To give yourself permission to take a break.
It's funny, like this whole rest thing, it reminds me of this one time I decided I'm going to train for a half marathon.
Okay.
I had zero running experience. And in my head, I was like, if I just run every single day, I will transform into a runner.
Yeah.
That was my thought process.
The magic of just doing it.
Yes, exactly. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. Let's just say I learned the importance of rest days the hard way.
Yeah.
Ended up with a really nasty case of shin splints.
Yeah.
It was not pretty, but you live and you learn. And I definitely gained a newfound appreciation for walking in the process.
Well,
but it's true, like listening to your body, much better strategy than just like completely ignoring it, which I will admit was kind of my approach.
it happens. We've all been there. Speaking of things that we often learn the hard way,
Yeah.
let's talk about those super restrictive diets.
Oh, yes.
The ones that promise crazy weight loss, but then you're like starving all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Hangry, you're deprived.
Yes.
All you can think about is pizza and all the things you can't have.
Yes. Like all the carbs and the sugar.
Yes, exactly.
Don't even get me started on those diets. They're like that friend who always flakes on plans at the last minute. Like, all talk, no action. Sure, you might see some initial results, maybe.
Right.
But they are not sustainable.
Exactly. And that's really the key here, right?
Yes.
It's like you might see, like I said, those initial changes, but if you can't stick with it,
Right.
then what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you want to find something that actually makes you feel good,
Right.
that nourishes your body.
Yeah.
And, you know, something that you can actually see yourself doing a year from now, 5 years from now.
Totally. It's about creating a lifestyle, not just like a quick fix.
Exactly. I like to think of it as the difference between sprinting towards a finish line versus going on this like really beautiful hike.
Okay.
One of them, you get there,
Yeah.
but you're exhausted. You're completely spent.
Yeah, you're miserable.
Exactly.
You just want to sit down and never move again.
Exactly.
Versus taking your time, enjoying the scenery,
Yes.
and actually like enjoying the journey.
Exactly. And that's what we want, right? We want to enjoy this journey of health and wellness.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not about depriving yourself.
Right.
It's about finding what works for you.
Yes, I love that. Okay, another fitness topic that I always feel like is a little bit murky and could use some kind of myth busting is supplements.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are so many out there.
So many.
And they all promise like they're going to be the magic bullet for weight loss or muscle gain or whatever your fitness goal is.
Right.
What's the real deal here?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need them?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Here's the thing. For the vast majority of people,
Yeah.
if you are eating a well-balanced diet,
Okay.
you should be getting all the nutrients you need.
Okay.
Supplements. You know, think about the name supplements.
Okay.
They're meant to supplement
Right.
a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
They're not meant to replace real food.
Right. Okay.
I always say, like, the sprinkles on a cupcake.
Okay.
They're a nice little addition,
Yeah.
but they're not the main event.
Right.
You're not going to load up on sprinkles and call it a balanced meal.
Okay, that makes sense. So before I run out and buy handfuls of pills and powders to add to my smoothie in the morning, I should probably talk to a professional.
Right. I would always recommend that.
Oh, okay.
Just like you wouldn't self-diagnose a medical condition.
Right.
You shouldn't self-prescribe supplements.
Okay.
Talk to your doctor. Talk to a registered dietitian.
Okay.
Someone who can really look at your individual needs.
Okay.
And say, hey, do you have any deficiencies?
Right.
Are there any specific supplements that might be beneficial for you?
Makes sense. Okay, so we've tackled diet, we've tackled exercise, we've talked about supplements.
Yep.
But there's another really crucial aspect of kind of overall wellness.
Yes.
That I feel like sometimes in the fitness world gets a little bit overlooked, and it's sleep.
Oh, yes.
I feel like I hear whispers about how, sleep and exercise are somehow connected, but I don't know if I fully understand the link.
They're very interconnected.
Okay.
In fact, they're like the ultimate power couple.
Actually.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And research is really starting to back this up. There have been studies that show a strong correlation between quality sleep
Okay.
and physical performance.
Okay, so you're telling me my late night Netflix binges
What?
are actually sabotaging my workout goals.
It's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
When you sleep, your body goes into repair and recovery mode.
Right.
And that's when your muscles rebuild themselves. That's when they replenish all those energy stores.
Okay.
So if you're constantly skimping on sleep,
Yeah.
you're essentially shortchanging your body's recovery process.
I never thought about it that way. And I'm like a big proponent of sleep. Like,
Yeah.
I love sleep. But I never connected it to my fitness goals in that way.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about feeling well rested and being able to function. It's about maximizing kind of the benefits of my workouts as well.
Exactly. Prioritizing sleep, it's one of the best things you can do
Yeah.
for your overall health and well-being.
Right.
And yes, that includes your fitness journey.
I am here for it. Sleep is my new best friend. But what about the opposite? Can exercise impact how well we sleep?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's a two-way street.
Okay.
Sleep supports your workouts,
Oh.
and workouts can actually support your sleep as well.
So if I can ditch the sleep mask and the white noise machine and just get a good workout in, I'm all for it.
Well, I see you go.
Sign me up. How does that work? What's the science behind that?
Well, for one, studies have shown that exercise can help regulate your circadian rhythm, which is basically your body's natural sleep-wake cycle.
Right.
So when you're physically active, you're essentially giving your body this really clear signal, hey, it's time to be awake and alert.
Okay.
And then when it's time to wind down, your body's like, okay, I got the message. We're going to get ready for sleep now.
Oh, okay.
So it helps kind of get everything in sync.
So I will be less likely to toss and turn all night
You might.
if I'm regularly working out.
You might find that you fall asleep easier. You might find that you sleep a little bit more soundly.
That is music to my ears. My sleep-deprived self is very happy right now.
That's what we like to hear. It can also improve not just how quickly you fall asleep, but the duration of your sleep.
Okay.
And it can reduce those nighttime awakenings.
Amazing. Okay, so we've established sleep and exercise, a total power couple.
I love it.
But even knowing all of this, motivation can still be a struggle. Oh, yeah. It's so easy to get excited about starting a new fitness routine, and then life happens and you lose steam.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who's really struggling to stay motivated?
That is a great question. And it's something that I think we all deal with at some point or another.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter if you are a seasoned athlete or if you're just starting out.
Right.
We all have those days. I think one of the biggest things
Yeah.
is setting realistic goals.
Okay.
It is so easy to get caught up in that go big or go home mentality.
Yes.
Right? Like we want to see results and we want to see them now.
Yes.
But unfortunately, that often leads to burnout.
Yes.
It leads to disappointment.
100%.
And then we're more likely to give up altogether.
Totally. I am a recovering perfectionist.
Well,
So I fully subscribe to the go big or go home
Yeah.
mentality. And I'm telling you, it does not work.
It's a recipe for disaster.
It is.
It really is.
Because you set these unattainable expectations.
Yes. You're setting yourself up for failure.
Exactly. And then you feel bad when you inevitably can't keep up.
Right. Exactly. So instead of trying to overhaul your entire life overnight,
Right.
focus on making small, sustainable changes.
Yeah.
What is one small thing you can do today
Yeah.
that will move you closer to your goals. And you know what? It doesn't have to be this big, overwhelming thing.
Right.
Start small.
Okay.
Build momentum.
So instead of saying, I'm going to work out every single day,
Right.
it's okay, I'm going to move my body for at least 30 minutes 3 times this week.
Exactly. And celebrate those small victories,
Yes.
because those are still victories.
It all adds up.
It does. Every step you take,
Yeah.
it's a step in the right direction. And we were talking about this whole negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Don't forget to celebrate those non-scale victories too.
Oh, yes. What are those? Tell me more.
Because like you said, it's not always about the numbers on the scale.
Right.
It's not always about how many reps you can do.
Right.
Sometimes it's about how you feel.
Yes.
Maybe you have more energy.
Okay.
Maybe you're sleeping better.
Right.
Maybe you just feel more confident in your own skin.
Okay.
Those are all huge wins.
Yeah.
Even if the scale isn't budging or you're not lifting 1,000,000 pounds.
That is such a good point. And it brings me to this idea that so much of our fitness journey is actually about mindset.
Oh, absolutely.
We can have all the knowledge in the world, we can have all the tools,
Yeah.
but if we're not in the right headspace, if we're approaching fitness from this place of self-punishment or negativity, it's just going to be so much harder.
It's going to be a constant uphill battle.
Yeah. So how do we change that internal dialogue? How do we go from this place of self-criticism to a place of self-compassion?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to our bodies and our fitness goals.
That is the $1,000,000 question, isn't it?
It is.
Because it's something that I think so many of us struggle with.
Yeah.
We're constantly bombarded with these images.
Right.
We're constantly comparing ourselves to other people. And the reality is there is no right way to have a body.
I love that.
There is no right way to pursue fitness.
Yeah.
It's about finding what works for you,
Okay.
what makes you feel good,
Yes.
and honoring your own unique journey.
Yes. It's about embracing our own unique journey.
Exactly.
Our own strengths and even our perceived imperfections.
Yes.
Because those imperfections, that's what makes us us.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think when we can start to view fitness as a form of self-care
Okay.
rather than self-punishment, it completely changes the game.
Okay.
Because it's no longer about shrinking ourselves or fitting into some arbitrary mold.
Right.
It becomes about honoring our bodies, nurturing our minds,
Yeah.
and just celebrating all the amazing things that our bodies can do.
Yes. That is such a powerful shift in perspective. It's
Yeah.
about not viewing movement as a punishment for what we ate or what our bodies look like, but celebrating what they can actually do.
Yes, I love that.
Wow. I think that's a great place to wrap up on that note of celebration and self-love. We've covered so much in this deep dive, from
Yes.
busting those stubborn fitness myths to exploring the science behind what actually works when it comes to workouts and nutrition, and even, like we said, diving into the connection between fitness and sleep and mindset.
So important.
So important, but the biggest takeaway, I hope, is that you are your own best advocate.
Yes.
Question everything. Do your research.
Listen to your body.
Yes, listen to your body.
That's the most important one.
It is. And I think we can all agree, never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep.
100%.
So, to our amazing listener, we'll leave you with this. What's one small, sustainable change you can make today to support your own unique fitness journey?
Yes.
Maybe it's incorporating more strength training into your routine. Maybe it's actually prioritizing sleep. Maybe it's just shifting your mindset from a place of self-criticism to a place of self-compassion.
Yes.
Whatever it is, just remember, every step you take towards a healthier, happier you is a step in the right direction.
100%.
Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep crushing those fitness goals.
We'll see you next time.